Chavbet Amud Bet. We're starting from Chavbet Amud Aleph on the bottom. So we said that according to Rav, you're not allowed to light from one candle to another. So was one guy sitting in front of Rabada Barava, and he said, by the way, the reason you're not allowed to light because you are disrespecting the mitzvah by lighting a non-mitzvah item from it. Although using it for mitzvah, but you're lighting a non-mitzvah. So again, Yati Va'u Merabanan was sitting that rabbi, Kamei de Rabada Barava, in front of Rabada Barava, Beyati Vekamar, and he said, Taima de Rav, the reason of Rav, Bishum Bizui Mitzvah. The reason of Rav is because you're embarrassing the mitzvah. Amar Leu, Rabada Barava said, Lo tetzaitu lei, do not listen to him. Taima de Rav, Bishum de Kamakrish Mitzvah.
What's tetzaitu?
Listen, לא לשמוע.
החושי מצווה?
כן. Time the Ram Mishum de Makhish.
So aggressive, don't listen to him.
Time the Ram Mishum de Kamakhish mitzvah. The reason of Rav, it is not because that you're disrespecting, rather you are weakening the mitzvah. Lama? If you have a candles that you take fire from, you're using the candle, so you're reducing its intensity of fire. So that applies even by two candles. If you light from one candle to another,
Are you though?
you are not disrespecting the mitzvah because both of them are mitzvah. Yet, you are reducing the power of the original mitzvah.
I don't. But you're not. It's not. It just started the fire, but it's still there. Meaning like
Any
it's burning
fire
the
that you
same
use,
thing.
if you use fire to something else, it's reducing it somehow. So you're not allowed to reduce the mitzvah.
I thought we did something where it's.
That you take away its power.
עכשיו שבת, אחי.
No, אני מבין.
כן, כן. So again, so we have a machloket. What's the reason of Rav? If it's because of
This bizui or
bizui, disrespecting the mitzvah, which is prohibited by using a match, or because of decreasing the power of the mitzvah, even direct is not allowed. Which the Gemara will explain now. Mai benayu. What's the difference between the two opinion? Practical difference. Ika benayu, there is between them the kamadlik mishraga leshraga. If he lights direct from one candle straight from the other candle. Man de'amar bishum bizui mitzvah. The one who said the problem is because it's disrespecting the mitzvah. Then it's okay. Mishraga leshraga madlik. You can light from one candle to another. There is no disrespect. Both of them are mitzvah. Man damar bishum akhushe mitzvah. Because you are reducing, weakening the mitzvah. Then mishraga leshraga, even from one shraga to another, one candle to another, also will be asur. Metiv Ravovaya, Avia, is asking on this principle from an interesting topic. Sela shel maaser sheni. If you have money, shel maaser sheni. So what's maaser sheni? All of the fruits, you need to give it on certain years, certain 10% of it to bring it to Yerushalayim. So that's called maaser sheni. Maaser rishon goes to Levi, maaser sheni goes to Yerushalayim.
to the Kohanim, pretty much, no?
No, you're eating it in Yerushalayim, B'kedusha in Yerushalayim.
You're eating it yourself?
Yeah, or send people. The Torah want to encourage, people go to Yerushalayim.
Oh.
Number two, to bring a lot of merchandise to Yerushalayim. So you got to bring all of the fruits, 10% of your fruit through Israel. You got to bring it to Yerushalayim.
Can you sell it
But
or no?
let's say you live in Tveria and you have so much fruit, אחי, go bring it to Yerushalayim. מה עושים? You can redeem the fruit on money. So that's sela, it's a coin that you transfer the kedusha on. You gotta add 20% during the process, the inflation, and then you bring it to Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. So this is money. That money, by the way, when you bring this money to Yerushalayim, you buy food now in Yerushalayim again. So in a way, you preserve the fruit via money. So you transfer the kedusha from the fruits to sela, to money, and when you get the money, you go to Yerushalayim, now you buy again fruits.
We sold that today in Israel.
Huh?
No? We sold it today in Israel.
We
no?
sing good today, it's excellent. So now, this sela, this coin of Maaser Sheni, it's kadosh, because the kedusha of the fruit was transferred to it. So you have to deal with it with kedusha. Therefore, the Mishnah says, You're not allowed, if you have another coins of gold and you want to know, okay, back then,
Scale.
Sela used to be scaled, wasn't it? So
Right.
you want to see if it's the same weight
You know.
in order to exchange or anything. You're not allowed to because you're using non-mitzvah money with a mitzvah money.
But it's a scale.
You're using it, you're putting it on the scale.
But you're not actually giving it away.
Yeah, but you are using a mitzvah. You're not allowed to use a mitzvah. And the extent is even the following. Even if you want to use, you have another seller, and you want to weigh the other seller to make sure it's the same weight, you're still not allowed to do it. So even though you want to use another seller to redeem other fruits of Maaser Sheni,
You can't transfer it from one seller to another seller.
no, that's something else. But I think you can. But
אתה
it's
מצווה.
a higher one.
עכשיו
אתה
אמרתי
כבר
מצווה.
זה, לא?
אותו מצווה עכשיו.
Oh, that's a problem. So, but you cannot, if you have another coin of Sela and you want to transfer more fruits into a second coin, you're not allowed to weigh this coin
With the original,
with
like,
the original
אמרת
one.
השני, אין...
הבנת נכון. We're not allowed to weigh the coin with the other coin to make sure it's also Sela so you can redeem the fruits of Maaser Sheni. So not only you're not allowed just randomly weigh coins
just for
the scale, right? Even if the
For
purpose,
mitzvah.
the designation of the coin to redeem for the mitzvah, you're not allowed to.
אז איך אמרנו בנר יותר?
זה השאלה.
Also, Rabbi, how does that apply
What if
to
it
that?
doesn't have the Kedusha?
אה?
I
Even
love
if it
that.
doesn't have the Kedusha?
לא, יש קדושה. The Sela has קדושה.
One cell has Kedusha, one doesn't.
You're not allowed to weigh it.
Which one you're trying to get the weight?
מה אתה אומר?
Which one you're trying to get the weight? If you're trying to know how much is the cell weight, you're
No, you want to make sure that the second Sela, it's also a Sela, so you can transfer Maaser Sheni into the second Sela. So you're doing it for mitzvah. But still, it's not allowed.
What are you allowed to do with the original seller that
You
you...
take it to Yerushalayim.
That's the only thing you're allowed to do.
You can use it for...
So you're only allowed to get to
Put it
Yerushalayim,
in the wall.
and that's
And
it.
buy, לא, and buy food in
buy food.
ירושלים. Meanwhile, save it, yeah, כמובן. So again,
Then
Maaser
the
Sheni.
Kedusha goes down, now the guy can use the coin for something
All
else.
the coin.
you're
ואין לך
redeemed.
סלע שם הרבה?
You redeem. When you buy, you transfer the holiness from the coin to
the
the
fruit.
new fruit
כל
that you
הקוין
buy.
יש לך, אין סלע הרבה?
זה יקר סלע.
כן?
סלע של מעשר שני, no, it's expensive. סלע של מעשר שני,
Next birthday gift, guys.
I want to make sure you can afford it. I wish the question
Shem
you wish.
Shamayim, Shem
I know.
Shamayim.
So סלע, סלע,
אייבשטיין!
סלע of מעשר שני, again, אין שוקלים כנגדו, you're not allowed to weigh against it, דינרי זהב, golden coins, ואפילו לחלב עליו מעשר שני, even אחר, even to redeem on it. The reason you weigh it in order to redeem another Maaser Sheni on the second coin, you're not allowed to.
Wait, Rabbi, how
Now,
does it
too
compare with
late.
money?
Now, אי אמרת בשלמה, if you said, however, כי פליגי רב ושמואל מנר לנר. If you said the מחלוקת of רב ושמואל is direct from one candle to another. אבל בכנסה אסר שמואל, לא תאהב כתיובתא. Which means, if you're going to say that the מחלוקת with a match, with a piece of wood, which means, if you said the מחלוקת of Shmuel, it's from one candle to another, right? The way that Talmid explained. The problem is Mishum,
ביזוי.
Weakening.
Zui, the first one was
The first one was Isui, second one is
weak
weakening.
meat. So if the problem is because of a weakening the mitzvah,
That's the second part.
the second problem, if it's not because of weakening the mitzvah, that reason you're not allowed to light from one candle, that looks like more two candles. So you're not allowed to light from one candle to another because you're weakening the mitzvah. So this is where Shmuel and Rav are arguing. But with a match,
לאן הביזוי?
כל שכן that you're not allowed to.
Because it's a bizui.
It's still
Both
embarrassing
of
the
them, it
mitzvah.
started off by saying you're not allowed to use a match, because that's
Right,
bizarre.
so
If
both-
you use the
match
candle,
according
you
to
still have
both
the
of
sec- you
them.
still have the second
Right.
So
part.
there's no argument.
Right.
Weakening.
Okay.
So if you said that match, both of them said it's a sur, and the only arguing between one candle
Candle
to
to a match,
another.
right.
So our case is similar to a match
with the money.
with the money, because what's the money being used for?
Right.
Both the
So
same.
you have
You're taking
another
a fruit.
mundane coin in order to redeem future
Monday coin.
Maaser Sheni, future
Fruit,
fruits.
coin, fruit.
Fruits,
Candle, match,
coin,
candle.
Coin. Coin.
Fruit
Yeah.
again.
fruits, coin,
Fruits.
That's what I'm saying.
coin,
Fruits, coin,
No,
fruits,
no, no,
coin.
no. You have the coin of Maaser Sheni that was already redeemed,
Okay.
and then you have another coin over here to redeem the fruits.
משלימה.
So coin,
Coin.
coin, fruits.
You just said you couldn't do that though.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh.
So if you're gonna tell me that I'm not allowed to use even one from the other,
It's like
it makes sense why here you're not allowed to use the
The
coin.
two candles, right?
Because this candle, this coin, it's mundane. So you're not allowed to use it to weigh it
It's a disrespect
across
towards the
other
first
one.
coin that was the
Let me explain the other side. But if you hold that they're arguing on
The
lighting
second one.
through a match,
And pull the
and according to Shmuel, using a match, you're allowed to light from one candle to another. If so, this coin of Maaser Sheni, how would Shmuel explain why you're not allowed to weigh it? Because why are you weighing this coin for?
the next
to
one.
get the next one.
For the next one, נכון? In order to get Maaser Sheni. So it is similar to a match. It's similar to a match.
The first one.
What?
You need to weigh the coin because it needs to be.
It's
the
similar
same.
to match. So if match, it's not allowed. If match, according to Shmuel, you're allowed to use to light from candles to another.
Then you're allowed to
Kol
weigh the
sheken, you
coin.
will be allowed to weigh the coin that's going to be used for
Exactly.
future Maaser Sheni.
You say you can't use a match.
He's saying if that's. He's
No,
saying
so
if
the machlok. If the machloket is that using a match, that according to Rav it's asur and according to Shmuel it's mutar, how would Shmuel explain this braita? Because this braita prohibit to use to weigh the second coin with the first coin that kadosh. If a match allowed to be used, if that's a machloket, it's a problem. If the machloket is whether you're allowed to use a match, and according to Shmuel it's allowed, how come the coin not allowed to be used?
I was saying if that's the machloket, it's not a machloket.
No, it's machloket was a machloket.
They're arguing 2 points.
Both agree that a match
No,
can be
we
used.
No,
brought
one
a
says yes, one
machloket.
says no.
No, match.
No,
we brought a
The
machloket.
argument is candle and candle.
No.
That's what I also
Same with this
understood.
We had two opinions, machloket. Either candles and candles is allowed or not allowed.
Both of them is simple.
No, machloket whether candle to candle.
Okay.
So then match for sure not allowed.
Right.
The match, there was no
For sure not allowed.
machloket.
The
So there's no
second,
machloket on match.
that for sure is not. According to this, you have no problem.
Okay.
According to the
There's another
second
way.
side, that they're arguing on a match, then according to Shmuel, you're allowed to use a match to light the candles. If you're allowed to use a match to light candles,
Then you
why
can
come
weigh
you're
the
not
coin.
allowed to use the coin to weigh them at
אבל-
מעשר שני? You're doing it for mitzvah.
אבל בקנדלס, וכל הבעיה של
Everything
הקנדל
can
עכשיו,
have a minute that-
אנחנו אמרנו, עזוב את הביזוי, הבנתי את הביזוי. עכשיו, הדבר השני זה to take the power from the אש, נכון?
They both agree with the kings.
אין פה לקחת power, שום power
Of
בקוין.
course you can. It's much easier to use.
Or you can learn
If
that
you're
it's
allowed to
talking
take
about
power
everybody's
through a
consumption,
match,
more
of course you
or
can
less.
allowed to weigh the
לא,
coin.
אבל we're not allowed
No.
to take power from the match.
If you
No,
want-
according to
Now
Shmuel, you're
Shmuel
allowed.
is saying you
No,
can.
the other side.
אם
On
שמואל
the
אומר
side,
שכן,
yeah.
שמואל אומר שכן.
So
אז
כל
מה
שכן
שאני
that the
הבנתי,
coin
But
should
it's
be
not
allowed.
talking about a kisam,
It's
talking
much
about
less
just to
taking
count.
power.
איך הוא יכול להביא, איך הוא יכול להביא קוין שאין סיכוי שהוא לוקח
No,
power
that,
from power?
that's much less. That's the whole point. If a match allowed, כל שכן that the coin, you're not taking any power, should be
If
allowed.
you're not giving power, then it
Right.
basically.
The question Sean and I have, where's the tzad coming from? We never spoke
We
about
explained, we
a tzad.
just explained that the second tzaded of machloket is using a match. That's the machloket.
Where did that machloket come in before?
We just said at the beginning.
No,
Using
we
match.
said only candle to candle.
לא, משום הכחשת מצווה.
בכיסנה, בכיסנה.
מכחיש מצווה. מכחיש מצווה.
Two rabbis argue in the
זה
first part,
מצווה.
and not two
Now you're
argue in the
giving
second
that.
part.
לא מבינה,
Commanding
before.
Mishagra Shagra.
Okay, are you allowed to light from one candle to
Candle.
another?
Right, never
According
match.
to everybody. No. Don't misunderstand the pshat over here.
No, Achab, according to
The
Shmuel
machloket was, first opinion is because of disrespecting the mitzvah, not with the match.
They both agreed. They both agreed.
No, machloket.
Oh, it's machloket.
Machloket with a match. That's the first opinion. What they're arguing on? You're allowed to use a match or not? According to Rav, you're not allowed. According to Shmuel, you're allowed. Second,
is
are you-
Rav, you're not allowed?
you're not allowed. So that's a problem. According to Shmuel, if you're allowed to use a match, how come the coin you're not allowed to wait?
Ah, okay.
So again,
Oh, because this is you're using
much
for
less.
mitzvah?
Right, much less. It's using for a mitzvah. If you're allowed to use a match, kosher you're allowed to
Yeah,
use.
use a coin.
Right, so on the second line, I'm repeating it again. Second line from the top. אי אמרת בשלמה, wait a second line from that. If you said, however, כי פליגי רב ושמואל מנר לנר, רב ושמואל arguing only from one candle to another. אבל בכנסה אסר, but using a match, it's אסור, שמואל, אסר שמואל prohibit, לא תאהבת יובטה. That's not a question over here. Why you're not allowed to use the coin. If from one candle to another candle, which is mitzvah for mitzvah, you're not allowed, you can understand why you're not allowed to weigh a sela that is not kadosh yet from another sela. אלא היא אמרת בקינסא נמי שרי, if you said the Shmuel permit using a match to light one candle to another's, if so, תאהבת יובתא. How come you're not allowed to wait for the need of mitzvah? אמר רבא, simple answer. We have a גזרה, we have a problem over here. שמא לא יכוון משקלותיו. Maybe we're going to weigh it, it's not going to be the same way. If it's not the same weight, can you use a coin? No. וכמפיק לא לחול, and then he used the original coin for a mundane action, for a chulin action. Buy a candle when you light the match, for sure you have no problem lighting the next candle.
Way less?
What?
Or way more?
If it doesn't weigh the same.
Either way, if it's not the same, then if it's not, whatever, but if it's not accurate, then you cannot use it. If you cannot use it, came out retroactively, that way. So even though candle to candles, you're allowed because for sure you're going to use it, but weighing it together, you're not allowed.
What if you had multiple coins, Rabbi? Like myself for your field versus his field.
That's really another question. If you don't mind. So I just want to... מיטיב רב ששת. התשובה היא that using a match allowed because when I'm using a match to light, for sure I'm going to light the next candle. Nothing will holding me. What? בשמואל מותר, על הצד שמותר לשמואל, השאלה הייתה. אם מותר לשמואל to light with a match, why the money not allowed to be weighed? It's for mitzvah. So using a match to another match, it's okay, because for sure you're going to light the candles. But when you weigh something, you gotta check something. And if it's not going to be balanced, אם זה לא אותו משקל, you're not going to use it. So you're not certainly going to use it for mitzvah. So since you have a chance you might not going to use it for mitzvah, it came that you use a coin for non-mitzvah use. Therefore it's prohibited. לא, אם זה לא אותו משקל, היה משופשף בזמנו. אם זה לא אותו משקל, אתה לא יכול להשתמש בו. אז סתם מדדת את זה לחינם. יצא שהשתמשת עם מעות 12 שנים בחינם.
כמה אפשר לטעות בזה?
תסמוך עליהם. אם זה הבעיה שלך, אני בסדר. מתי רב ששת. רב ששת ask, another question. מחוץ לפרוכת העדות יערוך. Where was the menorah was located? Outside of the curtain of the Echal. So we're supposed to put the candles of the menorah. The Gemara says, "V'chi leorao tzarich," because the Eibishter needs the lights of the menorah. Ve'alo, but behold, kol 40 shana shalchu bnei Yisrael b'midbar. All of the 40 years of bnei Yisrael walk in the desert, lo alchu ela leoro. They didn't walk only in front of the light of Hashem. Amud ha'esh yomam, Amud ha'anan yomam, ve'amud ha'esh laila was the pillar of fire. Ela, what's the purpose of the menorah? Eduti lebaei olam was a testimony for all of the visitors in the world. Shashchina shora b'Yisrael, the divine presence, it's resting in Am Yisrael. Ma yedut, what is this testimony? Omar Rav, zu ner ma'aravi. The western candle, the western candle in the menorah was a special miracle in it. Shenoten bashemen, he used to put inside oil, kemidat chavrotea. The same amount of oil that he put in all of the remaining 6, he put on the 7th one in the western candle. Umimena yamadli, he used to start lighting. That was the first one to lit. Uba aya mesayem, it was the first one to finish lighting, which means the western candle was always lit, even though while other candles were already off.
It would never go off?
It was a special miracle, it never go off. So you have a testimony for all of the world that Hashem is in Am Yisrael. So he said, Mimena aya madlik. That means
from that he would
from
light.
that
he would
light the other candle. Pam pam pam. But over here, let's think.
What's going on?
Kevan bekvi nerot. The nerot of the menorah were set in the menorah. נכון? לא סייד ולא משקיל והדלוקה. There is no way to light in the menorah. Our candles, you can take one candle, pick it up, and light from the other candle. But here, it's oil. You can't pick it. You can. It was not like we have the glass cups inside. It was part of the metal. So you cannot bend the metal. Very difficult. So how do they light from one candle? Obviously, it is a match. If so, kashya, kinsai wa'alecha. Kashya, ben leman de'amar bizui mitzvah. Either the one who hold that you're not allowed to use,
Rav.
according to Rav, it's a problem. You see, they use a match. ובין למאן דאמר, לקחו שהיא מצווה, the one who hold because you're not allowed, the מחלוקת is whether you're allowed to use one candle to another. For sure, both of them hold that you're not allowed to use a match. And here you see, the only way to use it was a match. So you are allowed to use a match to light candle from the
On
other.
that side, but on the tzad,
Yeah,
on the
that's
tzad-
it. No, honey.
I know, but I'm saying, what about the other tzad? That Shmuel says you're allowed to use a match?
Kashi on Rav. The Gemara says, what's the answer? Tirgem Rav Papa. Rav Papa translated, בפתילות ארוכות. The weeks were long. So you take the week, so you
There's
didn't.
nothing in between that and ner lener.
Oh,
Same
that-
zach.
שלמה, תנשום. זה המשך הגמרא. So the Gemara, as I said, we're talking about the week itself was very long. So you light from the week and then from the Maravi. So that's how you light from one candle to another. You don't need to use a
wick is a
kinsa.
match,
No,
Same
no.
thing.
The
No,
wick
if anything,
itself
it goes
coming
to
out
candle.
of the
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah,
the
like
wick
candle to
itself
candle.
was long.
You still have the
Same.
question of you still have the question of
then
who can
You
use
still have a problem, but weekend you still have a problem. The one who hold it, you're not allowed to use one candle to another. That still will be a problem because you are using one candle to another. What would Rav answer? כן, the Gemara says סוף סוף, לא, חושה. למאן דאמר רק חושה מצווה, no, better one. למאן דאמר חושה מצווה, קשה, the one who hold that you weaken in the mitzvah, even one candle to another, it's a kasha, you see, you're not allowed to use.
And
The Gemara says,
Shmuel.
kasha. Rav hold, you're not allowed to use one candle to another.
Better than teko.
Achushe was Shmuel.
לא קשור שמואל. יש מחלוקת על מה הם חולקים. אם הם חולקים על הקחושה, חולקים על ביזויה. If they argue on הקחושה, Rav said it's not allowed, Shmuel said it's allowed one candle to another. Here you see you are light from one candle to another, even though you מכחיש awakening. שאלה on Rav, the best answer in the world, קשה. מה היה ועלה? טוב, what's the
Why can't
הלכה?
you just light the fire from the middle? Like, what's this whole thing that they have to light from the western candle and not just take another light?
That was a special miracle they used to always on and you light from it.
It
You
was
had to. That was you had
Yeah,
to light
that's
from
why
the
that's why we
western.
brought the question from this. מה היה ועלה הלוכה למעשה? Are you allowed to light candles? I'm going to say, אמר רב הונא ברית רב יהושע חזינן, we gotta see. אי הדלקה עושה מצווה. If the mitzvah of נרות חנוכה is to light, then מדליקים מנר לנר. ואי הנחה עושה מצווה, אין מדליקים מנר לנר. It's all depends. If you hold, so we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but we're going to finish the daf over here. But we're going to see machloket whether what's a mitzvah of ner Chanukah, to light the candles or to place them on a place where people can see it.
Both.
So no, if you hold it hadlaka osa mitzvah, it's all about when you're lighting it. Nachon, so it's about lighting. I don't care what's going on with it after. Then it's okay to light from one candle to another, because it's all about the lighting.
not
But if you're placing it and letting it lit, that's the actual mitzvah, then you're not allowed to use one candle to another. What's the pursuit? The lighting?
People see it,
No, the lighting or the actual fire?
the actual fire.
That's what you think. The Gemara will bring opinions. So there are two ways to look at it. So if you hold that the mitzvah is lighting, after it's lit, after it lit, what's the mitzvah to light? To light from one candle to another. But if you hold that is the anacha, just having it lit, that's a mitzvah, sitting in the fire in front, then you're not allowed to use one candle from another.
the candle גם עם קיסם, even with a match, is talking about?
Then it will be okay even with a match.
Even with a match.
With a match it will be okay, yeah. חזור.